You this story is breaking news on WKYT mornings. Since then, we've been trying to get more information and clarity from police. WKYT's Lucy Bryson has been reaching out for us as well. Lucy, first, do we know if there is a threat to public safety?
Victor and Kristen, unfortunately, we do not know yet if this is a threat to public safety or not. We don't have any of that information on who could be a possible suspect in this, but we do have limited information. We have spoken to a couple of people and gotten some stuff, especially as we've been following this throughout the morning. Some of that information that we do have is from the coroner's office. They did share with us the name of the man that died this morning. That man was 31-year-old Antoine Clay of Lexington. He died at UK Hospital this morning. This incident can now be classified as a mass shooting. That is when 4 or more people, excluding the suspect, are injured or killed, according to the Gun Violence Archive. This scene cleared at about 5 this morning, but police were originally called shortly after midnight. This is what the scene looked like then. You can see it on your screen right now. The last press release from police was sent around 8 this morning. We've already given you the extent of the information they gave us. We reached out to see if someone with the department could speak with us on camera. They did deny our request for an interview. WKYT did speak to the property manager of this building. He owns many properties in this area along with the restaurant. He called this an isolated incident, and he says he may have a lead on the suspect.
The good news is, for us at least, it's like I said, we take security seriously in the neighborhood. We have cameras throughout the neighborhood. I know it's an ongoing investigation, but yeah, I will say that we feel pretty confident that we've got that on film.
And as things develop today, we do encourage you to stay with us here on WKYT to learn a little bit more about this. Our Alyssa Williams is going to be following up. She's also speaking with some people and gathering more information. So stay with us, and we'll update you on air and online. For now, live in Lexington, I'm Lucy Bryson, WKYT.